Let's talk about Exodus. If Genesis is about beginnings, Exodus is about leaving. Not just leaving a place, but leaving a way of living. Exodus opens with God's people in slavery. Not for a short time, not for a season, for generations. They cry out. The scripture tells us that God hears them. That matters, because Exodus reminds us of something simple but important. God hears people before he frees them. Freedom doesn't begin with miracles. It begins with being heard. Then God raises up Moses, and Moses doesn't feel ready. He doesn't feel confident. He doesn't feel capable. He hesitates. He questions himself. He questions God. Exodus shows us that God often uses people who don't feel qualified, not because they're strong, but because they're willing. Then comes deliverance, plagues, resistance, delay. Freedom doesn't happen cleanly. And when the people finally leave Egypt, something surprising happens. They're free, but they're afraid. They stand at the Red Sea. Behind them is slavery. In front of them is uncertainty. This is one of the most honest moments in the Bible, because many people want freedom, but fear what freedom requires. God parts the sea. They walk through. And just like that, Egypt is behind them. But Exodus doesn't end there, because leaving Egypt is only the beginning. The wilderness comes next. And this is where Exodus becomes deeply personal. The wilderness is not punishment. It's preparation. God is teaching people who were enslaved how to live free. But freedom feels uncomfortable at first. Responsibility feels heavy. Trust feels risky. Waiting feels frustrating. So the people complain. They say things like, "At least in Egypt we had food." Exodus shows us something very human here. People sometimes miss what enslaved them because it felt familiar. Familiar pain can feel safer than unfamiliar freedom. God provides anyway. Manna, water, guidance. But notice how God provides. Not all at once, not for the future, just enough for today. Exodus teaches us to depend daily, not hoard certainty. Then comes the law, and this is often misunderstood. The law is not given to enslave people. It's given to teach free people how to live. Freedom without direction leads back to chaos. So Exodus shows us a God who rescues first and teaches second. That order matters. God does not demand obedience to earn freedom. He invites obedience after freedom is given. If Genesis tells us God creates from chaos, Exodus tells us God leads people out of what trapped them. Slowly, patiently, faithfully. So if you're in a season where change feels slower than expected, where freedom feels harder than staying stuck, where the wilderness feels long, Exodus will tell you this: God hasn't abandoned you. He's teaching you how to walk free. And freedom, real freedom, takes time. If you're listening to this, I'm glad you're here. You don't have to rush transformation. Growth happens one step at a time. If this helped you understand Scripture or yourself or a little more clearly, you're welcome to come back anytime. And if you're still in the middle of your own wilderness, that doesn't mean you're lost. Take care of yourself, and we'll keep walking through the Scripture together.